friends, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a fun, exciting graduation decoration. Let me show you what we're going to work with. We have a graduation banner, we have some black, silver, and gold balloons, a couple of silver stars, and today we're going to use the balloon strip. I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful garland with using the balloon strips. So we're going to go ahead and get started blowing up some balloons. You see I have my balloon pump. If you need a balloon pump, check the description. I will have one in there for you to purchase. And I'm just screwing on the small nozzle. This helps to get the balloons blown up. And so I'm just blowing up a couple of the star balloons. And then we're going to attach to the garland at the end. I have a balloon tire right here I'm going to show you how to use. If you need to purchase one, check my description and I will have a link in there for you for Amazon. The balloon tie, you simply are wrapping the balloon around it and you're tucking it under, and then you're pulling it off to secure the knot. And then when you saw me press on the balloon, I was just trying to get it a more rounded shape. So I kind of just pushed down on the balloon a little bit to let out air to give it a rounder shape instead of that dome shape. And here's a close-up of how I use the balloon tire. I'm just going to show you me blowing up some of the 2025 balloons. And what I like to do is take one of these straws that usually come with the balloons and poke through the little balloon hole. That way it makes it easier to blow up. Okay, so I'm going to show you here how I make 5-inch balloons. This is what we're going to add to the balloon strip garland once we have it up. And so again, I'm using the small nozzle because that helps to blow up the 5-inch balloons. And then we're going to blow these up. And you might see me press down a little bit on some of them again to give them a more rounded shape. Just like that. 2 at a time. And you just twist them around each other a couple times. And then you tie them into a knot. So we have 2, and I'm going to take one more, and then that last one I'm just going to tie it around the 2 and just also knot it and make it into a knot. And this is our mini cluster that we're going to use, and then we're going to do another set just like this. Take these long balloons that I call 260s, and we're just going to tie it around the middle and knot it, and I like to double knot it for extra security. And we're going to take the other end of the 260 in our other small cluster of the 5-inch balloons and do the same thing, just tie it around and double knot it. And then I'll show you once we get our garland up how we're going to use these. And this is all the balloons blown up that we're going to use to get our garland together. Okay, and now we're going to get our balloon strip out, and you're just going to start unraveling it a little at a time. You see there are tiny holes in here, so you're going to put the balloon through the hole, and then you're going to push it over to the smaller hole to secure it in place. This is a big balloon. I wanted to start off and put this as a base, but you will see later I decided to take this off and just add it later because it kind of was getting in the way. But again, you're going to use the put the balloon through the big hole and then slide it over to secure it in the smaller hole. Now the order of balloons I'm going to use, I believe, are gold, black, and silver to get the look for this garland. And now I'm adding the black balloons the same way, and then you just kind of eye it to see how many balloons you do want to have. And I do believe it took me maybe 30 to 40 minutes to do this balloon garland, but it just depends. Just move at whatever pace you're comfortable with. And then I'm just going to speed it up for you to see some more of it, but you just continue the same thing, and just in a few seconds you'll see me switch over to the silver color as well. And this is the length of the completed garland that I'm going to use to get put up on our backdrop. Now what I'm doing here is I'm making some extra balloons. I want to fill in my garland. I don't want it to be skinny. I want to give it some fluff. So what I'm doing is taking my regular like 10 or 12 inch balloons, and I'm cutting a 260 in half, and I'm attaching to the nozzle the 260 by just tying it in a knot and double knotting it. And then you're going to see in a little bit I'm going to add these to the garland to fill them out. So I do some in every color, in the black, the gold, and the silver, just to fill it out a little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead and get our backdrop hung up, and I just simply am going to use some tacks to hang this up. Now let's do our curtains. So since I am putting this on the wall, I decided I still wanted to give it like a curtain effect, as if it was actually hung up like on a curtain pole or a backdrop pole. So I'm using tacks again, and with the tacks you'll see me kind of making my own creases, and then I'm putting the tacks in to hold it into place. So this is something you can do if you still want to have the curtain effect while still having it on the wall. And then we just do the same thing to the other side. Okay, now that we have that done, I'm cutting a long piece of ribbon, and I'm getting some tape. Packing tape works. Normally I use masking tape, but I didn't have any on hand. But you're just pretty much going to make an X with the packing tape. And this is what's gonna hold the garland to the wall or to your backdrop. And so I'm just gonna tape it up here. And I'm gonna tape the middle. Usually I tape the bottom as well, but for the sake of time, I did not tape the bottom. What you're gonna do is get your balloon garland up, and then you're just gonna grab onto the ribbon and you simply just wrap it around, and you try to kind of tug it a little bit to try to make it tight and hold it up there. But you just wrap it around the balloon garland and tug. And then what I do to secure it to the wall is end up taking a piece of tape to the ribbon and a tack. And I'll show you in just a second. You'll be able to see how I secure it to the wall. Now I'm just bunching up that little extra piece that's hanging down at the end of the balloon strip. You can either cut it, or if you want to reuse the strip for later, I'm just showing you another way. You just kind of bunch it up, and I'm just going to tape it to hold it. And then I'm going to take a tack and put the extra strip behind the balloons, and also this helps to hold the front of the balloon garland in place as well. So here's the garland put up, and now you see how skinny it is. So let's go ahead and fill it up. So that big balloon I had originally attached that I took off of the balloon strip, I'm just going to take a 260 and double knot it, and then we're going to form like a rubber band shape, and we're going to attach this to the bottom of the balloon garland, just like that. And then those other extra balloons, like I said, I did not attach the bottom of the garland, so it's moving a little bit. But then the other extra balloons we did earlier, we just stretched them around one balloon, and then that way we're going to fill the garland in. I just took the balloons and all the colors that I had and just added them onto another balloon in that color. Uh-oh, that one decided to come off of the balloon strip, but it's okay, we keep moving. Now I have another big 18-inch gold balloon, and I want to add it to the top, so I'm doing the same way, tying the 260 and making the rubber band and just add it to the top. And these are my 5-inch balloons. And these are some starbursts that I want to add, and this all helps to fill in the balloon garland. I'm just adding some glue dots to there. Now I'm going to stick that onto the balloon garland as well. And then you just take the paper off, and you see the little glue dots stick to the balloon, and then you simply just stick that onto the balloon garland in place. And I like adding a couple more glue dots once I get it on, just to give it that extra security. And then I did it the same way. I wanted to add another starburst to the top corner of the balloon, so I just did it the same way. Now I'm adding a 20-25 at the bottom of the backdrop. I just use glue dots and put on those, and then attach them to the wall. And here's the final reveal of our graduation 2025 decorations. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give me a like on this video. Congratulations to all our 2025 graduates, and have a royal day.